Hi everyone, I hope you're all having a great day and a great night. Today we'll study and redesign more Concord characters. I have to say, I thought I would run out of goofy ass characters to analyze and fix, but dear lord was I wrong. But that's good, it means I have way more content than I actually remembered. But first, I'd like to properly introduce myself. I'm Zato Tecnoar, a Brazilian professional fantasy art illustrator since 2018 and a 2D VTuber artist in rigor. I've worked as a game design teacher and have streamed my art process in the past. So if you'd like me to give critiques of your art or commission me, hit me up on my Discord server. The link is in the description. Alright everyone, we're back. Part 2 of Pro Artist Fixes Concord Designs Electric Boogaloo. Every time I take a look at... Oh my god bro, what the hell? All of the Concord characters look so bad, dear god. They all look like they took their clothing from the trash bin on the back alley of a futuristic Walmart. Damn, look at this shit we got. Least furtive flank character.
That's right.
Crackhead from Avenida Paulista.
Come on, let's...
Discount Doomslayer. And a Lady Arthritis?
Prudent choice.
Not right.
Yeah, enough goofing around, let's get to work. So, this is Bazz, this is E.T., this is Roka, and this is Duchess. Bazz is supposed to be a nimble flank character, but she's literally running around in a bright red coat. She uses knives to attack, but she carries them with her left hand in such a goofy way you can't take it seriously, and again, like most of the characters, she has that trademark Concord sausage armor as her shoulder pads. Underneath the coat, she's just wearing some regular off-white t-shirt and some jeans. And don't get me started on those god-awful glasses. The sneakers are kinda cool, I guess. She kinda has that star theme going on, but doesn't capture it. I'll try to make her look badass, I don't know. Her skills are double jump, triple dodge, boosted slide jump. While she's crouching, she can track nearby enemies. She has her carbon steel throwing knives. She has an attack where she lunges. She has an attack where she debuffs the enemy, making them take more damage. And it's called Score Star, but you don't even know if it's a star or some shit. It's like, it doesn't look like anything. And when she hits an enemy with her dagger, it actually tracks them as well for a few seconds. So what can we do to improve? She had that star theme going on, so I moved her powers in that direction. What if she was a galactic bounty hunter with a deep connection to the stars? Now that sounds pretty cool. So I turned part of her hair and her cape into translucent stardust. I turned her jacket into a sort of Red Hood Assassin's Creed vibe, and the shape of the original made it look like her source of power might be her jacket? What? In character design, you should always guide the eyes to the most important features, which usually are the face and source of power. I say this because she has such a it's a mass of red stuff covering all of her body, and you're paying way more attention to that than to anything else, because red is the most attractive color to the eyes. This is just a genetics thing. So if you make her like a blob of red stuff, it's not good. Like, why are you making people pay attention to her coat instead of looking at her weapons or her face? Anyways, she now wears a proper tracksuit to emphasize her agility and light armor. I gave her better glasses. The old ones made her look dumb. In character design, we usually try to make the character excel at being one of the following: looking cool, looking sexy, looking cute, and looking funny/silly. That's not a rule, you can mix and match. Her basic attacks are done using the small throwing knives on her right thigh, and her lunge is done using her space dagger. Her debuff is applied using the electric grenades on her belt. So this is how I would redesign Bazz. This is a certified crackhead cat girl. Yes, she's supposed to be a quirky and agile cat girl. Instead, she looks like a sleep paralysis demon. Her haircut looks like she cut it herself using a broken glass shard, and her clothing doesn't tell anything about her or other than she's a light punk style maybe? I don't know. It's very confusing. Ripped jeans and shit. Very bad. Didn't like it. Can't relate. You have to kill it. Her legs have light armor with some cool design actually, and it feels very alien but in a good way. And her SMG doesn't match the rest at all. It just emphasizes the I found this in the trash vibe. It was supposed to be electrostatic or some shit, but there's no way in hell you'd know that just looking at it. I think they didn't push it enough with the weird alien tech and magic shit, so let's fix that. Well, first, her skills are double jump, increased mobility when at low health, she has that electric SMG, she can throw orbs, 2 types of orbs. One of them makes her teleport in the place where the orb is, and the other orb debuffs the enemy's weapons, and when it gets back to her, it buffs her weapon. And when she uses a dodge or her teleport, she leaves a mirror image, like a copy. It's basically jutsu, okay? What can we do to improve? First of all, there's no way to know she has magical space powers, so I made her cast one of her orbs, just floating there. She was supposed to be a cat girl, so I went full anthro cat on her. Also removed her feet thumbs and increased the paw size. Great day for yall feet enjoyers. I must confess I had no idea what to do with her, because she's basically a blank slate. No good looks, no good personality, but it leaves a lot of space for us to play around. A little side note, did you know that Concord actually has 3 short stories to introduce some of the groups of characters? And in those animations they use cel shading in a more cartoonish style, which really helped with the bad designs. But that's not important. During one of the shorts, E.T. is scrambling with some electronic parts of a ship or machine. Their objective is to retrieve something that is inside it. She says she learned to do that with her parents. That was an eureka moment for me. What if she was from a species of magical cat people that could teleport, but she was really interested in mechanical things? Thus emerged this sort of Ratchet and Clank cat girl. I gave more clothing with the same design as her thigh armor to her arm, also some magic tattoos, to further symbolize her connection with her people, and then made a transition to her mechanic enthusiast side. I made a mix of mechanic overalls and metal breastplate, also gave her some tools and a toolbox which connects to the armor in her right arm. Not the toolbox and tools, but you get it. It's a good time to talk about her gun, which was an electrostatic SMG that wasn't actually electric. To solve this, I gave her a battery-powered, very unsafe, but cool-looking machine pistol. And this is how I would redesign E.T. As a fellow artist Astrid said, I'm done with this mustardy, yellowy, PC mess. I like words. They gave an opaque visor to the aerial control chick. Her rocket launcher looks weird as fuck. The robot arm support doesn't even make sense. Well, it makes sense, okay, but it doesn't look good. Like that arm is like it has some parallel design to her real arm, and it's looking weird. She doesn't have other weapons, and it looks lighter than the conventional RPG 7 archetype. So why not hold it with both hands or try another concept? I don't know. She can hover in the air, but nothing indicates that. Would you guess that she has rocket boosts on her shoe soles? Hell no. She's armed with an explosive weapon, but the only heavily armored part of her body is her head. I don't care what I cook, but as a fellow explosives enjoyer, I have to make this work. Her skills are triple jump, air dodge. She can lock her missiles onto enemies so she can shoot the missiles in a curve with an arc. She can hover in place, and she has an attack where she just blasts the ground with really high velocity and it just explodes, dealing AoE damage. What can we do to improve? Ah yes, Roka. Let me tell you something, the only thing from the original design that I used was the little oxygen tank on her mask. This thing is more of a blank slate than fucking Itzy, man. That's not good. I went around searching for references, military, air force, mecha design, and some flying girl anime or games or whatever. They always have that thick armor on their legs, and that would be amazing to add to Roka. Since she has an attack where she blasts the ground with her legs, I give her very thick, very girthy thigh armor. I also raise her armor level to medium high on the rest of her body. Since you wouldn't know she can actually fly, just looking at her, I gave her some cool thrusters on her back. I added an antenna to her back just to add some flair and maybe help her with communications or do her missile lock. I don't know, it just looks cool. I made her helmet look like an airplane to enhance the flight motif. I increased the size of the rocket launcher and turned the weapon arm stand into a more heavy-duty, less slim design. I also added Roka to the side of the weapon. It turned out pretty cool. This is how I would redesign Roka. Alright, okay. Granny over here is a mystic character that controls space magic but uses some World War II inspired SMG that doesn't even fit the theme. Why the fuck did they give her a coat that looks like a fucking blankie? Thick ass fabric can only warm her up at best, I don't know. She's wearing a onesie and boots. With those looks, you'd think she's a space diplomat or some shit. Wrong, she casts golden walls and purple hurricanes. There's these golden segments all over her body that work kinda like magic tattoos and light armor, I guess. Duchess looks like a homeless crazy lady. Almost no one wants to play as an old person, so they need to be cool as fuck. Very simple. Her skills are double jump, she reloads her weapon during her dodge, she has that World War II dumbass machine gun, she can build walls that allows allies to go through them but blocks enemies and they can shoot the walls to break them, and she can cast that weird hurricane blast in front of her and she doesn't take damage from it. What can we do to improve? Well. Duchess has a similar case as Roka. She basically has nothing going on for her, which is great for content, I guess. She has a sort of mystical space wizard diplomatic Asian grainy vibes going, and that's it. ChatGPT would have done a better job, for fuck's sake. When we make old characters, they need to excel at something that their young peers can't or usually are not doing. Maybe make her a super intelligent or some martial arts master, maybe even a tactician that doesn't have physical prowess anymore, but utilizes gadgets and subordinates to act on the battlefield. So I made my mission to turn this lame-ass pajama-wearing grandma into a badass space magic wielder. First of all, I made her fucking fly, not that's imposing. I wanted to capitalize on her mystical ascendancy, so I took references of traditional Chinese, Korean, and Japanese clothing. I wanted the classic look of a master that you would see maybe in Hollywood movies and comics. The result was some sort of kimono dress and kung fu pants. I dumped the World War II SMG in favor of a more futuristic gun. I took inspiration from the guns from Destiny. They usually have a lot of fashion to them. I also gave her a floating crown to symbolize her mastery at magic, and I wanted her to have a cool cape like Doctor Strange, so I took the original design and made it floaty, and with her color scheme. I made it so the left arm of her robe was torn apart and twisted by her magic. It's interesting they used a golden texture very similar to pyrite, which is a funny mineral that comes in nature in the shape of perfect cubes. So I made her control a material that does the same. I made it all weird and cool by tearing it apart and making it have sort of a golden flash inside. I also made her purple magic orbit around it. I think I cooked pretty hard with Roka and Duchess. God damn! What do you think? I think that's pretty cool. This is how I would redesign Duchess. So chat, what did we learn?
Concord was the first hero shooter
without heroes? Character design goes beyond looking sexy or being colorful. It needs intent. The characters need to appeal to the audience while showing what they do at first sight. The storytelling importance depends on the game, but for Concord, it seemed they wanted it to be a core element. Just take a look at how technically impressive these animations look. It was supposed to be big. The problem was that all of the character stories and backgrounds are more boring and generic. Do you know what people called them when the first trailer was announced? Guardians of the Solar System. Like in some other shit. That's a bra moment. Concord had a great opportunity to make an 80s sci-fi inspired video game. Maybe it should have been a co-op campaign game, maybe the characters should have taken the TF2 class approach, as in they are purposefully stereotypical and simple, but full of charm. Anyways, this has been Zato Tecnoir, and I hope you all enjoyed the video. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and share it with your friends and dogs and cats. Bro, what am I saying? What the fuck am I saying? Let's drink some water, dude.